All right. What is up, everybody? We are live. We are here on a Tuesday evening for POV. Unusual here on the channel, but we are here. We are continuing our rookie interviews and hangouts and get-togethers here on the channel. And we have two very cool guests to talk to tonight. Before we get to them, as you can tell, Jill is not here at the moment, but she will be here very, very soon. She's running a little late from work. She got some stuff to take care of, and she should be popping in here in just a little bit. But if not, the three of us will hold it down as best as we can without Jill. Brian, Molly, how are your Tuesdays going?
Pretty good. I didn't get the hoodie memo. I had mine on too. It's like
the Skywalker hoodie.
Yeah, I had it on a second ago.
Oh my god!
You know what's funny about that? So
Mine's not. It's just.
I was walking Kylo earlier, and I put it on just to go for the walk because it's getting hotter here in California, or Northern California anyway, as of recently. It just sucks. But I was walking, I go, man, if I wore this on the show, I wonder if Molly and I would show up one day in the same jacket. And then like, whatever.
Is yours short sleeve?
Mine's short sleeve, yeah.
Oh, mine is like big, thick hoodie.
Oh, I'm kind of jealous. Yeah.
Like,
I might have to get that one too.
Yeah, it's cozy.
We don't have enough of them.
We never have enough hoodies.
Whatever, man. Whatever.
Yeah, sure.
Brian, how's your
for me going? Good. Drop some cash on Funkos, just like this one and this one.
No, that's because of you. That's because of you.
Would you rather have me not told you?
I was gonna say I'm happy that he was sending us those links because I was like, yes, pre-order.
You know, I've never pre-ordered something so early to where the images don't pop up on the buy screen. It just says pre-order coming soon. I'm like, whoa, this is so new to me.
If I would have, I can only imagine the hell I would have received if he would have came over, which that would have been a shocker in the first place, and then
here we go.
And then to have seen Rey on my mantle with the yellow lightsaber, all hell would have broken loose. Uh-oh. She's watching. Okay,
hold on a second. Let's talk about packages and the amount of ordering that you do. Relax for a second there.
So, yeah, I don't want to hear
it. One showed up on my doorstep this afternoon when I got back from work.
Hopefully it's not in the driveway like you're...
That was so weird. That was
his delivery driver throws it like underneath the tires of his car in the driveway.
That was one time, and it was the one time that you showed up. That was so random.
Yeah. So
all right. Well, yes, we're here to talk to some rookies, and we're very excited to talk to these two rookies. We have Abi Corinne and Imon with us today, and they're new to the Schmoedown community, but they have some friends inside the community, and we're going to ask some questions, get to know them a little bit, let them have their time in front of the community and the viewership, excuse me.
I was like,
I don't know why I said viewingship, whatever.
I thought you were going to say a different word, and I was like,
what word did I going to say?
Ship? Really? You couldn't figure out what other word I thought you were going to say?
Viewing ship.
All that viewing shit, yeah.
Yeah, so we're gonna get to know them a little bit, and if you guys have any questions for them, make sure you're leaving them in the chat. Make sure you're hitting that Streamlabs link up below. It looks like our comments finally went through on the channel side for POV, so you guys can hit that link, leave a question for them. With all that said, you know what, Gabby? Just stop it. Just stop. That's a conversation for another day.
Sweater outfits? Are we
real quick,
before
bring them on before? So Heroes and Villains, they do all those nice Star Wars stuff. They announced Star Wars loungewear. I'm trying to talk her in. I'm like, you guys, we want to get some matching stuff just because I want it. I was like, I want to include her on it. That way I can get it. But we'll see.
Gabby photo shoots. Shoots with matching outfits.
No bueno. Okay, all right, let's bring them in. So we have Abi and Imon are joining us. Hello, ladies.
Oh.
Hi.
How's it going? Welcome to the madness that is Schmoedown.
Woo! Thanks for having us. We're excited.
Of course. So just to kind of start things off with the general base questions, I'm sure a lot of the community doesn't really recognize who you two are inside movies and trivia and all that stuff, but we know that you have a big channel of reactions and reviews and stuff. So for anybody who doesn't know, can you explain what you do, where you kind of involved in all of this with movies and trivia and everything?
Yeah, I mean, this channel was started about 5, almost 6 years ago, and it was based on just having a place for nerds to come together and not feel judged, because I feel like that was a thing when we were younger. We were into lots of anime, manga, just like
and movies too, like
bunch of
DC,
movies,
Marvel.
yeah.
Like, I mean,
yeah.
we were nerds.
And back then it wasn't cool. Now it's cool to be a nerd.
Of course.
But so it was like I thought of like, I just want to have like a community where it feels safe, where we can feel like we're friends watching together, and that's what the channel has grown into. So
And it started with really the
The
Walking Dead.
Yeah, it did
for
start with
you.
The Walking Dead.
Yeah, and it just expanded from there.
And then she joined me, Miss Abby here, and it's been fantastic.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, when I saw your guys' names on the draft list, I went and checked out the channel because that's kind of where it came from. And then I also talked to Eric as well. And I mean, you two do a lot. You do a lot over there. There's a lot of videos that you guys churn out on a daily basis.
yeah,
We're working hard over here. We're trying.
Yeah.
But, I mean, yeah, it really started off with, I think live actions like Walking Dead, Game of Thrones.
Mhm. Yeah.
We were into like Altered Carbon for a second there too.
we were. Yeah.
Love
but
that
yeah.
channel.
We did start getting, we've been like anime nerds and manga readers, but we finally, I think, brought that into the channel,
Yeah.
and it just helped it take off more, because who doesn't love anime? Come on.
Imagine they all
I
hate
mean,
No.
Brian and I just watched probably one of the biggest animes of all time in the last week or two.
I watched Spirited Away for the
And I
first
just
time
watched it
last
2
night.
weeks ago. So,
no,
There you go.
I mean, it is anime, but like an anime series. Not
Yeah.
just,
Okay.
that's a big movie to do. I know.
I recently watched that movie like last year.
Oh,
First
really?
time. Yeah, it was
I
good.
wish I would have known. We could have reacted to it. Dang it.
It was really good. Like
Yeah.
I knew nothing going into it and watched it and was like, whoa, like this is really good. So that was my first, correct me if I'm wrong, Studio Ghibli movie ever.
No, that's a good one to start with. I would also say like Princess Mononoke is one of my favorites.
Yeah,
I've heard that one.
I saw that one forever ago, it feels like, and I was obsessed with that one.
Yeah, but they're all unique and beautiful.
Yeah.
But
It's funny because since we're on that subject, I'm a teacher for middle schoolers, 7th and 8th grade.
oh,
Anime is so popular right now.
yes.
Like
It kind of always is.
Um,
Like,
before
not before.
yeah, maybe
But-
2000.
I mean, now Star Wars is getting into anime. Like,
yeah.
Oh, really? Oh.
Like
they're doing
Like-
an anime.
Visions.
An anime show, right? That's what they're doing.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I might have to
And
watch
some of
it.
the High Republic stuff's going to be anime too.
Yeah, they're putting their
I hope so.
too.
I was
yeah.
a big Sailor Moon person growing up. Like, I was obsessed.
No.
But it's crazy. Like at the school I work at, it's probably like sports,
Mhm.
anime, and manga right now. Like
Yeah.
I've never seen anything like it, and like they'll be like, "Do you know?" Da, da, da? And I'm like,
No.
"No, I've heard of it."
Yeah.
But it's kind of cool that it's reaching out all over.
I agree with you, because I just finished up at a school before time, for all this happened. And I worked with 5th graders and 6th graders, and a lot of them, shockingly, were like, they knew what I was talking about when I started talking about My Hero, or if I talked about Tokyo Ghoul.
Oh God, yeah.
You know that. I'm like, oh. I guess
My
it is.
Hero, Attack on Titan. What else do I constantly hear about? One Punch Man. If I sat here long enough, I could tell you stories. But like it's awesome because like I'll literally like when we were walking around campus, they're just sitting there reading them, and I'm like,
Mhm.
wow, haven't seen this type of stuff in a long time. So
Shall rise again.
Yeah.
Well, before I shoot it over to Brian and Molly for some questions, I do have a Streamlabs that did come through for you two specifically from Mr. Nerd Chronic himself. And it simply says donation up top for Imon and Abby. So happy to see them getting to know the community and vice versa. Thank you, Eric. And yes, I mean, look, it's awesome to see the growth that the Schmoedown has seen, and over just the last year now, specifically over the last couple of weeks, now getting to just like you, who are very fresh and new compared to what this community is, but you're involved in the YouTube space and everything. What is it like, kind of like jumping from something like that to something like this?
I mean, clearly oh God, it's a lot of pressure.
Yeah.
It's a different pressure because this is our safe space, like this studio, and like she's my safe space in a way too. Like we've grown together now. I mean, it started with me, and then when she came on, I feel like we got into this groove. And so it's doing these interviews. It's totally new. It's another world. It's cool because there's like-minded people. Like we all really are on the same page. We love movies. We love all that. But it's to be honest, it's like it's a little bit scary, but in a good way. Like
the first nerves of like getting into something new. Yeah, but it is exciting because I mean we've done movie reactions, but we haven't had all the time because we've been so on top of our own schedule of the animes that we watch and the live action shows that we watch. So we don't have, or we didn't have as much time to do movies. But like we really, I mean, we're not like gurus at it, but we enjoy like old school movies. Like I'll talk about some 80s movies. She knows like all these indie films and like what is that one? What's that one you want me to watch?
Blue Ruin. I don't know.
I don't
remember. The warmest color.
Oh yeah. Well, there's one that you're gonna have me react to. The main one, I forgot what it's called. But anyway,
Blue Valentine?
I'm like, there's like so many blue.
You're right. I don't know. So it's kind of fun to get into this now because it's like we've been wanting to expand more with movies and like show our knowledge and you know dissect movies as well. So to get into the world and this community, it's really exciting.
Yeah. Thank you, Eric.
Yeah, thank you, Eric, for that too.
He's the one that really was like, you guys, for like the past 2 years, he's been like, you gotta get a part of this. You gotta join this. And we're like, I don't know if we can do this. Like,
we can't do
so
it. So
it's cool.
We're stoked. We're excited to be a part of this community. Even if if we don't get drafted, you know,
we can still be friends. I hope.
Yeah, still be friends.
Oh yeah. Well, I mean, like I said a couple of days ago, just if you don't get drafted, there's always still the possibility of being picked up at some point. So like, so a manager can not like someone or something could come up, they pick up a new person. So just
there's a lot to learn with how this Schmoedown thing works, especially this year, because there's so many new things that are coming at us with like something like free agency and like Brian's talking about getting picked up in the middle of the year randomly. Like that, it's a lot of new things for, you know, especially for you two who may not, you know, recognize the game as much as others. But yes, there always is that possibility. I mean, you guys could be picked up at something like November just to play like 3 matches for a faction who really needs it or something. I mean, who knows?
Yeah.
Well, that's good to know because I know like they have been kind of transforming it a little bit more because of what's happened. So like we've been like watching matches from 2 years ago, but obviously things will be, you know, different from that.
Yeah.
So, that's good to know.
Yeah. Molly, you got anything you want to ask?
Yeah. So I guess first of all, what division are you guys kind of trying to get into? Is it like singles? Do you guys want to be a team? Is IG a possibility?
I mean, we would like to be a team.
Yeah. I mean,
we're trying to be. Yeah, if we could be a team, that'd be swell.
Yeah.
Like I was the Scream Queens, and I like that you can be like, you know, just I guess have that security. Like if you don't get it right, you can trust in your partner to kind of help you out. And I feel like we bounce really well off each other, so I think we would be successful in a team. But I don't know, maybe
I guess it's like singles or team.
Yeah,
really
I think once if we do get drafted and go to a match, we'll feel better because we've done it finally. You know, you broke the seal. So after that, you know, maybe we'd feel more comfortable.
Keep going up. The sky's the limit, I guess, after that.
Yeah, really. You gotta start somewhere though.
Yeah, definitely.
And Did you ask about divisions as well?
Yeah,
Sorry.
I think yeah.
Okay. I don't know.
Yeah.
Singles and teams.
sounds like-
Yeah.
Sounds like
that
singles
one.
and teams.
Off of that, are you guys interested in playing in like the geek movie side of it too, like the Harry Potters and the Star Wars and all that type of stuff?
We love the Lord of the Rings.
Yeah.
I know you love Harry Potter.
But I'm not like I couldn't beat anyone. Like Andrew, I'm like no, I could never tell you.
It's crazy the information that they have
That
just
they
like
can retain.
whoa. I wish. I mean, but we love we geek out on the Lord of the Rings, and most of our reactions we just are always bringing up the Lord of the Rings, which can probably be annoying. To some people. It won't stop.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I think if we really I think it might be maybe having like your focus on one like genre category. It
I mean, we probably wouldn't do Star Wars.
No.
I mean, I want to. I love Star. I love Star Wars, but I can't tell you what.
Yeah,
I know that Yoda's there. Somewhere doing something
as baby, it's just
like,
oh, I know that person. I see.
Yeah, I don't recommend it. Star Wars.
She's one of the Star Wars competitors. So.
Star Wars division. So
well, to get a little bit more specific, I guess then, is there a particular slice on the wheel or like movie genre that you guys are more geared towards or think that you would really make a difference in?
For me, well, did you? Because I know there's rom-com. No. I would do. I think I would be okay in like sci-fi and fantasy because like I can't even say like Fifth Element, I like Aliens, Predators. Like, don't get me started on the aliens, the Predators and their dreads. Here I go again. Like, I do like sci-fi. Yeah, I would say.
Yeah, I think like 90s movies. Just kind of like
not 1990s.
Jake, they don't know these jokes.
I had to make the joke so that there's something that happened this last season about 1890s, 1990s thing, and I had to make the joke. I'm sorry.
The category was listed as 90s, and they
and
certain
someone
challenged if it was 1890s or 1990s.
Are we not going to just say that it was Roca?
It was 100% right.
He said that the competitors basically said that they weren't specific enough, and he could have been talking about the 1890s or the 1790s, even though it was the 1990s.
You know what? We have to do that. That's an angle. Like
yeah. I mean, if you're going to challenge, you can do a challenge.
Yeah, no. The 1990s are great. Indies. I guess you said indie movies. I like international, like film.
You guys, you might be good in like festival darling category stuff.
You would.
Maybe I don't know, but
that's a category in the Schmoedown that isn't touched enough. So a lot of the questions could be considered surface level to many, because it's a lot of people stay away from it because indie films are sometimes a little difficult for some people if you don't go to like festivals or if you don't focus on that.
Mm-hmm.
So it's something that can still be considered surface level questions to a point.
Yeah.
There's only like Alonso Duralde is someone who's really good at it. Maybe someone like a Rachel Silvestrini, but that's about it that comes to mind.
Okay.
Well,
there you go. You're gonna get yourself in there.
Mr. Brian, you got anything?
Yes. So I know you guys are getting still familiar with managers and all that stuff. So I won't ask you like who is ideal to you, but like what would you look for in a manager in the sense of like guidance or stuff along those lines? What's something you would hope your manager can help bring you?
I think support is important because I think like especially with watching, I noticed that it can get hard for the competitor, and you kind of you're focused on one thing. So I think having the manager being that hype man for you and being like, hey, we're focused here, we're good, everything's fine. I mean, it's like a boxing match in a way. Like I noticed from watching.
Get up, Rock.
It is. It is. You have to, like it's good. You're good. You're good.
Get the spit bucket for you.
So something like that. I think it's like just having someone who's got your back 100%, and like you can trust them with anything. Yeah, I think. I don't know how.
Well, I mean, I agree. Definitely support, especially since it sounds like this is the year of the rookies. So like really managers who are supportive, but also just bring this excited energy, because a lot of us, at least we are, you get nerves when you're walking into something new, but just someone who's just like, hey man, this person's in your group. Let's all meet up here. Let's talk about some movies. Let's go over something, just really communicating someone who's excited about it, because you want to be with a leader or whoever's in charge of you who's excited for you. So, I mean, I don't know. That's what I'm thinking.
I can definitely think of a few.
It's definitely good to have a manager to ground you, sort of, because I've only played a handful of matches, all of which have been live. It's my curse, I think. And it's great to have someone to just reel you in, because I still get really nervous and I get tunnel vision, and they have to snap you out of it and be like, okay, calm down. This is what you need to do to get wherever you need to go. So, yeah.
Chuck makes a great point here. Winston would be perfect, especially just them loving anime. Half of swag seems to be huge anime people.
Yeah. Ace and Chance.
That's a really good point. Okay, so our fourth member actually just joined us, and let me go ahead and bring her on before we move on. Miss Jill is here.
Hi, I'm so
Jill.
sorry I'm late. I had to do this dumb thing for work. Hello, ladies. How are you?
Who needs to work?
Who needs to do that anymore? God, stupid nonsense. But can I just come in here and say how excited I am that we have such amazingly beautiful, strong women coming in this rookie draft right now? So damn stoked.
Thanks for the woman of power too. Up there. We love you too.
Thank you.
All right, so Jill, I'll let you think of a question you got for him if you have anything, but I want to get to one that was in the comment just here a little bit ago. And I know that you guys are very fresh. You're rewatching some stuff right now, but for what you have watched, Brian asked here who you would want to face in your debut, or maybe who you like watching so far.
I mean,
I kind of want to know who you like watching.
The Screen Queens, and I mentioned it in another interview because I've kind of been looking at teams, and I really, first of all, I like horror. I'm a weenie when it comes to horror movies, but I love I'm going with a pillow, what's happening. But I like their vibe. I like that there's more women who like horror and thrillers and slashers. I think we need more representation of that. So definitely those two. And I already said them too, is and I don't know if I'm saying his name wrong. Is it Chandru?
Chandru, yeah.
Chandru.
Okay, yeah. But I've only seen his older stuff, because apparently now he was a villain, or he's kind of had that.
He still is.
He still is.
He's the villain of all
is.
villains.
He's in his villain form, so I want to check it out. I want to see, he turned. I don't know. But I mean, we've been watching.
I watched so many different groups. I know we did Call to Action.
Oh yeah.
So we talked about this too. So I did bring up the wild berries just because I thought they were really charismatic and really. I know.
Wild thorn.
I mean, I don't know if. Because I'm kind of new to this. So could we choose a rookie too? Oh
yeah.
Because I'm a big fan of Frank Alvarez. I've been into this Joe Santagato and YouTube. He's on the Basement Yard podcast and that, and he had his own podcast, the Stink podcast too. So they talked about movies and everything. I'm a big fan, so I just think he's hilarious and fun too. So that would be cool.
And
so
is the Real Rejects?
the Real Rejects have been a part of that.
Yeah.
I mean, they're reactors as well as us.
That's
And, late to the party. So.
Someone commented about 10 minutes ago. There you go.
There you go. There you are. That would be fun.
There's another one. There's another one from Chuck, literally right before they said that too.
Yeah,
People want it.
they're catching the drift. They're understanding the vibe that you two are putting off. Loving it. They also said this too that I wanted to make sure I highlighted too. We have a new show on the channel called Happy Hour, and
Yes.
they seem to think that you two would be great guests with Jill and Molly on that one. So
Some drinks and stuff.
I mean,
Oh yes.
Some drinking and some BSing. That's pretty
Some
much
drinking,
what it is.
some BSing, some throwing shade. It's great.
Some drama.
man, hey girl, you Instagram, PM, let's talk.
All right, Jill. Did you have anything you wanted to ask Abby and Imon?
What has been asked? I don't want to like.
That's true. Well, I mean, so we did some base level stuff, and then Brian asked a little bit about what they kind of want from a manager. Yes, Nerd Chronic. There you go. Molly asked about just some favorites, like interests as far as movie genres, stuff like that. We talked about some divisions. It's kind of all that's been touched at the moment.
Cool. So I'll go into my like scenario question. So let's say you guys are in a tournament final match, a championship match, and you're going into let's well, that doesn't even have to be a tournament, just any match really. And you have the option to spin first or to defer and spin second. Do you spin first or do you defer? And why?
I mean, of all the matches I've watched, so I would probably want to spin first. I think command the room, take control, grab everyone by the whatever.
Yes.
Like why let someone go? Why let someone take your shine first?
Sure.
You know? I don't know.
I like it.
I don't know.
I mean,
No, that's perfect.
yeah. Oh, yeah. What she said.
I'd like you spin too. I'd be your gymnast. Oh no, I'd be your sights and lines. Just cheering you on.
Perfect.
Brian, did you have anything else that you wanted to ask?
I would love to know if you guys would enjoy or hate playing against each other if you had to.
We'd enjoy it.
That would be fun. Competitive.
We are. Yeah, that'd be pretty intense.
We do a lot of smack talk.
Yeah.
All with love.
All with love, but for sure.
She beat me though.
No.
No. You know actors.
Yeah, but
Very well.
we
Like,
know
I'm
we have
practicing.
we have different, like, that's why it's good as
Yeah,
a
that's
team,
true.
because we both, like, we have
Yeah.
strengths and weaknesses
Yeah.
on, so it's like, but it would be fun.
That would be. I mean,
That's actually a good
no one
idea.
get any ideas yet. Wait till a year later, and then you can get us against each other.
Oh, that's a good question.
That'd be funny. Yeah, because we get so competitive.
Oh man.
Arm wrestled once because we were just like stronger.
Yeah.
I love it.
Molly, what about you?
I guess since you guys are such big anime fans, what has been, like, I guess in the last year, what's been your favorite new anime that you've watched? It doesn't have to be something new, just something that you've seen recently within the past year.
That is like
Good question.
that's such
Another great question.
Well, it's
Lots
just
of
like because
great
we were watching
questions.
so many good things. What have we really just been like? I mean, Black Clover has really been getting up. Like we have to stop our Black Clover reaction.
Yeah, just
To do this, but it's getting so good now.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think if there. Do you have
There's
one?
Jujutsu Kaisen
Yeah,
is a new one that popped out, and I mean, the art's beautiful. There's so many Attack on Titan.
I mean, Mom,
yeah, we
Dr.
have
Stone. I don't know, guys.
know.
Go watch her channel, Amon Snow. And
Oh
you-
yeah, I have it pulled up. I'm gonna look through some of the.
Yeah, plug.
shows.
Feel free to plug your stuff.
Plug it away.
The link is in the description. Imon's Twitter is in there. Abby's Instagram is in there. The YouTube channel is in there, so you guys can find that. Eric has a recommendation, maybe Demon Slayer.
Demon Slayer was also
Yes,
really good.
it is good. Yeah. I guess we've been waiting for the movie to come out here. So, like, I think once the movie comes out again, we'll be like, oh yeah, this is amazing. Yeah. But until then,
There's so many good anime right now, especially.
but if you want like a good wholesome one, I would say Mob Psycho, honestly, because it has great action, great character development.
Yeah, and Dr. Stone as well.
Yeah, Dr. Stone too. You're right. Yeah.
But that's, I feel like
We can literally go on.
You're good. Honestly, the people who are watching right now, there's a lot of people I didn't recognize that were fans of anime, and they're really into this at the moment.
right.
Oli and Chuck and a lot of them. So Chuck actually has a question, and he says, "What were you guys' intros to anime?"
I think it was when we were kids.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, obviously Dragon Ball Z, Sailor Moon came out, and
I saw the first one I think I saw on TV. Besides, like, I guess for me it was like Gundam Wing, Rurouni Kenshin, and Sailor Moon, and Dragon Ball Z. But what is it called? Soul Hunter. Yeah, it was on like one of those Asian channels. I don't even remember which one.
yeah, there was one like the anime.
Yeah.
I don't know if it was like in the day,
Back-
like a long time.
Back in my day.
Yeah.
But I don't know. What was it for you?
I mean, I didn't get into it too much until I was like 14, 15 with the manga, and I just went crazy with it.
Yeah.
And so that I started with that, and it was like I was skipping school to go to Borders in here. And I read manga.
with Italian soda.
Yeah. So,
I love that.
yeah.
I will say, so I have some friends that are super into anime and manga and stuff too, and they introduced me to. I had to look up the name because I couldn't remember it, but it's Puella Magi Madoka Magica.
I've heard of it, but I haven't
not seen that one.
It is well. First of all, we binge watched it like in a weekend, like all of it, including the movies, and it is so good and so bizarre, but in like a fantastic way. So
Well, cool. Right on.
that's a fun one that I would recommend.
Okay, yeah, we'll check that one out for sure.
Yeah, I think we watch more like
I mean, for the channel, we watched more like mainstream and like the hype ones. But I mean, we've been reading and watching anime for a while. So I don't know. I always recommend Yu Yu Hakusho to anyone and everyone. That's just like
Hunter's
and
also
Hunter.
great too. I'm like, I know you said that people like what we're talking about, but I'm like, maybe we should
I know.
stop us.
Sorry.
You're fine.
You are good.
I want to know, have you guys talked to Ace? Because
Oh.
Ace is, I feel like every time I see him on Twitter, he's tweeting about Attack on Titan. See, there you go.
Yeah.
So,
Ace is a big fan of you guys.
Oh, on.
so
Yeah, Andres.
Yeah, Andres Cabrera.
Andres,
Andres
yes,
Cabrera,
yes.
Yeah.
He actually reached out, and we're gonna do like the podcast for Attack on Titan with him this
Oh,
summer.
nice.
Oh.
Nice.
Yeah,
So fun.
I put the name of that in the chat for anyone who didn't understand what I said.
That's such a fun name. I love that.
All right, so before we get to our POV question, Jill, did you have anything final that you wanted to ask Abby and Imon?
I can do another scenario one just because I think they're fun.
For
So-
you.
So for me, I know.
You just like torturing the rookies. That's
Hey, I mean, these
You're a
things,
haze lord. Just so you know.
managers gotta know this stuff.
They
So
do.
another scenario question. So let's say this time this is going to be a title match, a final tournament match, and it's the betting round. So let's say you are down by 1 point. You spin the wheel and you land on a slice that both you and your opponent are meh okay in. It's not your strength, it's not your weakness, but you're just all right in it. You're down by 1 point. What do you bet and why?
Now, can you clarify bet? Because we're still getting
Yes. So in the betting round, you bet 1 through 3 points. If
Well,
get
you
the
could do
question-
0 through 3.
Or you can also do 0. You can do 0. So you can bet 0 through 3 points. If you get it correct, you get that many points. If you get it wrong, you lose that many points.
Okay. Ooh.
So what would we bet then? Is what you're
Yes.
asking.
And we're both decent at that category.
You and your opponent are both not, you're okay at it. It's not your strength, it's not your weakness, and you're down by 1 point. What do you bet and why?
In this category, is this the third round where there's no multiple choice?
There's no multiple choice.
Ooh.
It's a straight up whiteboard answer like the
Straight
first
up.
one.
Yep. Write it down.
Oh my god,
Question.
That is
I'm like right now. I'm sweating.
Just wait
I
until
know.
you're watching. Wait until you're watching those matches, and
Right.
and now as being in the draft, you're gonna be like, oh my god.
Now, are there 5 or 8 questions in that round?
Well, the
on-
first
in
for
the
the
betting
betting round,
The
one-
betting round is
one
just
question.
one question.
One question.
I mean, at this point, if there's only one question left, I would say at least 2 or 3, because it's either you answer it right or you don't.
Mhm.
You know, if you're already down 1, so I would say either 2 or 3, because at this point you either lose or you don't. So
I'd say 2.
yeah.
Sure.
Middle
Got
ground. That's typically what most people do as a team.
Yeah.
Okay, well,
Two's a safe bet.
Yeah.
Go with 2. When in
And-
doubt,
and-
go with 2.
Yeah, and to kind of off of that too, a lot of the betting round questions tend to be a little surface level too.
Sometimes.
Yes, but it just depends on the category.
Molly.
Okay, sorry. Outside of Star Wars,
I haven't ever gotten a betting round question, but Alex has gotten some stumpers.
yes, that's fair. That is very fair. Okay, so before we wrap up, all of our guests, we always ask them a question here on the channel because it has to relate to our Patreon, and we're a candy-based channel, and so we like to ask all of our guests if or what is your favorite movie snack and your favorite candy.
First of all, we haven't been to the movies.
I know that's not
in
fair to
like
say.
a year.
That's fair.
So this is a nice.
I mean, I guess for me, my combo when I go to a movie theater is it has to be a classic popcorn, no butter because it's not really butter, or you bring your own butter.
Ooh, bring your own butter.
That's so American.
I love it.
Very kind.
I
I've never heard anyone do that ever. So
It's better than getting their nasty. It's not butter.
I love their but.
Oh.
Okay, well, you answer it.
Okay. A popcorn, either root beer or Coke, and then the either gummy bears or the Sour Patch watermelon cookies. I love those. So that's like the 3 combo I like to do for a movie.
Okay. Love it.
I get serious.
I love popcorn with extra butter. I'd say in the middle, on top. So I'm offended.
Give you some napkins.
You know, we shake it up. It's all good. I do like the cherry icy, and I like the
Yeah.
sour watermelon.
Oh, see, we can
So
share
we're
those.
yeah, we're good.
We're
We're good.
good.
Yeah.
Buy our own popcorn.
Yeah.
I like it. Well, anything else for Abby and Imon, guys, before we let them go?
Yeah, I would actually like to know. So I don't believe it's on the wheel, but I know people have been pushing for it. If the option was to put Studio Ghibli on the wheel was a thing, would we like that?
Yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I mean, I have to brush up on like some of the older ones that I haven't
same.
seen for like 10 years.
Yeah.
But I before that,
I think
and we
so.
talked about in our last interview if they would bring an anime
yeah.
because like I know My Hero Academia, like their movie made it to cinemas,
Right.
and I mean there's other ones too. So
Yeah.
I think that would be something to explore because funny enough, with all the people in the chats talking, like a lot of people appreciate anime.
Yeah.
And it's just another field to go into
Yeah.
and make this even bigger and more inclusive.
It would bring
you know?
more like different
Yeah.
people who are like, oh, anime trivia.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
I saw
I mean,
some of the
with-
Sailor Moon movies in theaters, but I think that was like a special special thing because they were kind of old.
Yeah.
I mean, it's becoming more mainstream if HBO Max is putting it as a thing on their service. So
that's true. Yeah.
Well, and I was going to say that it seems like the Schmoedown in general is bringing in a lot of anime people as well, which could be a little bit of a process to getting something, even if it's something as small as like an exhibition match, or like we saw with horror, like an anime free for all would be pretty cool too. I mean, that'd be pretty cool. So, I mean, who knows what's going to happen if they bring more people in? So,
an exhibition would be fun.
Yeah,
where that one doesn't mean anything. You guys just do it for fun.
Yeah, it would just be it would be another side of the Schmoedown that would be very interesting. So,
pitch it, Eric. Pitch it.
Well, Abi and Imon, thank you guys so much for hanging out with us and stopping by. We really, really appreciate it. I know you guys got a busy schedule, and we appreciate spending some time with us. And we look forward to seeing everything going on in the next few weeks. And hopefully when that draft does happen, we see your name come across the board because we'd love to see more of you in the league.
Well, thank you guys for having us too. This was really fun.
Yeah.
So.
Of course.
It's been really nice to get to know the Schmoedown community because all we really knew was Eric and what he has done.
Mm-hmm.
So it's nice to actually see faces, learn names, and talk to you guys. So thank you.
Yeah, we can't wait to have you back in the future.
Yeah.
Cool.
Oh, yeah. You know how to contact.
Well, ladies, have a good night, and we'll be talking to you soon, hopefully.
All right.
Thank you.
Take
guys.
care.
Bye.
Thank you.
And again, guys, all of their information is in the description below. Twitter, Instagram, their YouTube channel, all that good stuff. You can check it out. They seem very knowledgeable on a lot of cool things that aren't talked about enough in the Schmoedown, and you can get your kick there a little bit. So that was fun. I think that and a lot of people in the chat really, really enjoyed having them on.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I'm literally gonna go check out their YouTube after this.
I don't watch anime. I need to brush up on it. I'm gonna go into their
Yeah,
channel.
when Eric messaged, I was like, well, I want to learn a little bit more about them. I knew that they had a YouTube channel. I went and checked it out, and they do a lot.
Mm-hmm.
They do a lot of reactions and reviews for a lot of stuff that a lot of people don't on YouTube. And I can see why they're so popular and why their takes are so popular because they're
so
kind of
fun.
Yeah, and they're in this like nice little like corner of YouTube that a lot of people don't touch, and they seem to have it locked down.
Yeah, I mean, for me, like, they seemed great. Like, I would love to be able to look at their stuff and like recommend it to my kids at work. Like,
Yeah.
if
Sure.
Chuck.
I really want to check out Black Clover now. I'm very intrigued.
There was one my sister recommended to me. She was like, "It's like Hell's Kitchen, but anime. They're cooking in a kitchen, but it's anime."
Yeah,
Like,
oh my
I can't
goodness,
think of what it's called though.
I know what that is, and I can't think of the name of it either.
People in the chat, if you know what it is, DM me because I want to watch it.
And Kylie, yes, Dragon Ball Z is anime. It absolutely is anime.
Which okay, I probably should. Do you consider Avatar anime?
like Last Airbender.
It's like
Last
maybe like a stylized anime.
It's very
Like an
American.
Americanized anime.
Yeah, that's better word.
It's made by Nickelodeon,
Mhm.
Yeah.
but I mean, Dave Filoni worked on it, so I'm game for having that in the Schmoedown.
Love.
I'm already looking at their stuff and knowing that my kids would fall in love with.
Yeah,
it.
we'll just
So,
plug them everywhere. We'll plug them everywhere.
Yeah, I'm excited.
Well, that was a lot of fun. Yes, so that's gonna cut it today for POV. We're just a straight rookie interview for today's episode. We're gonna be doing this again on Thursday, and we're actually gonna be having Mr. Eric Whitley from Blind Wave on with us.
Blind Wave.
He will be the sole interview on Thursday. We're able to lock him down, and we'll be right back here at 6:00 Pacific time on the channel live with him. So if you guys have questions for him about Schmoedown, anything like that, I know that he's a little bit more familiar with the game, but still kind of getting the hang of it. And he's on the flip side, he's going to be Star Wars and IG, which will be a fun conversation. So I know a lot of our viewers know exactly who he is. So we'll be looking forward to that. And then we'll be back on Sunday after all the free agency madness to cover all that stuff as well. So again, thank you to Abi and Imon for stopping by, hanging out. Really, really appreciate it. For the whole crew here, thank you so much for hanging out with us just for the 45-minute show. We really appreciate it. It's probably the shortest show we've done in a very long time. It was a lot of fun. For Jill, Molly, Brian, and myself, thank you guys so much, and we'll see you guys back on Thursday.